Hello, everyone. This is Akhier, and I'm actually getting right into the new entry after the last recording. So I'll probably just post these on the same day, just because, backlog. Who's heard of a backlog? Plus, they're both short. I'm gonna get right into it. I've got some stuff to talk about. Ooh, actually, I've got a button to press. F11 for full screen, just because it looks nicer. You might notice that on here we've got this one, which is last video, and now this one is also highlighted as being clicked on, because I decided, after checking what the next entry would be, 5048, the Bridge of Gaia. It was also not a short one, but not a long one. How do you judge what's short or long? Well, it's easy to tell when it's long, but I figured it was good follow-up to the last one and something I record relatively quickly. Anyway, also, I picked it because, if I go to the next page, look at that. It looks pretty. Also, the Bridge of Gaia makes me think of the bridge... Oh god, what's the name of that? Bridge to Terabithia? Sounds right. Bridge to Terabithia. It got a movie. Yeah, Terabithia. It was that long ago. But yeah, I read the book. I didn't see the movie. I read the book as a kid, and it kind of wrecked me a little bit. It is it handles some heavy subjects. The death of a friend. I'm not going to go too far into it. It was a lovely book that wrecked me. So, emotionally significant to my childhood upbringing. I loved it, and I could not see the movie. I will not see the movie. I don't know if it was good or bad. I just can't. I've got the book in my head, and I'm not going to change that. I can't read it again. I read it once, and it's not going away. Anyway, the Bridge of Gaia kind of reminded me of this, because, Gaia is the planet Earth, and Terabithia was the place that they went. Random connections like that. Anyway, item number 5048. Level 3 confidential. Containment class, Keter. Disruption class, Kennek. Risk class, Danger. Well, that's one way you could say that. Okay. Figure 5048-A. Skip 5048 upon materialization in the Azalea and Rhododendron Park, Kromla, Germany on 2006-20 blankety blank. Special containment procedures. Annually on 1706, MTF Iota 14. Run, Forrest, run! Because we're doing movie references now. Is tasked with the tracking and isolation of Skip 5048 upon materialization. Once located, area containing 5048 are to be cordoned off from the public via any means necessary. Any civilians witnessing a materialization of Skip 5048 are to be anesthetized. I'll get that word right eventually. Consistently. I've got it right before, but not consistently. Instances of Skip 5048-1, -1, -2, kind of makes me want to go record the last one where it's like -A, -B, -1, -2. Whatever. It's good enough. are to be neutralized on site via incendiary firearms. Fire. Under no circumstances are any persons to explore the chamber below. Skip 5048. The key for the chamber is to be stored until further notice. See Addendum 5048-1. I was just pausing because it's like skip 5048-1 and then Addendum 5048-1. It just kind of I'm thinking too much about the nomenclature because it was a top of the mind, as it were. Description. Skip 5048 is an anomaly occurring annually between 1906 and 2506 relative to the time zone of its area of manifestation. Skip 5048 materializes at random locations with suitably healthy forest ecosystems. When manifesting, Skip 5048 will take the form of a large archway comprised primarily from stone and wood species native to the area. A large, shallow lake of water will also form surrounding the base of Skip 5048. A wooden structure will manifest at exact center of the newly manifested water body. This structure is similar to stalactite in structure. It additionally receives alterations annually that vary in significance. These alterations resemble human-like features and appendages. Currently developed features include a single leg without a foot, an arm, 3 ears, and a nose, all of which protrude from the structure in random distribution. And then crossed out, the function of the structure is currently undetermined. But now it says, see Addendum 5048-1. On 2206 at approximately 1200 hours, Skip 5048-1 instances will appear in varying numbers. Skip 5048-1 instances are humanoid in structure and are composed entirely of inanimate matter. Noticeable features include scaled skin, elongated jaws with large teeth, and small eyes. Skip 5048-1 autonomously produce various flora from the surrounding area from their person as a method of concealment, despite developing the ability of cognitive speech in late stages of manifestation. Skip 5048-1 will only communicate via grunts and guttural vocalizations. Skip 5048-1 instances will begin to aggressively bite and swipe at any mobile object, attempting to broach the wooden structure at the center of the pool of water formed by Skip 5048. Upon manifestation, Skip 5048-1 instances will stand in circular formation surrounding the pool of water formed by Skip 5048, where they remain in place, guarding the wooden structure. Once local time reaches 000 hours on 2306, all Skip 5048-1 instances, excluding one, will approach the wooden structure in the center of Skip 5048. The one Skip 5048-1 instance shall exit the immediate area in search of a suitable object. Remaining instances will then kneel before the structure while several root-like appendages protrude from their bodies. These are then wrapped around the wooden structure. Once achieved, a muted green luminescence begins emanating from the structure, followed by all Skip 5048-1 instances uttering a prayer in Greek. A transcript of the prayer is attached below. Attached right now. I have a frog in my throat. And then there's the raw audio transcript, which is in the Greek. Isn't an alphabet. I think is an alphabet. That's one of those things where it's like, as an English speaker, I think of everything as an alphabet, when in reality, there are various different systems, which, as an American, I just call alphabets, even though I know the truth is that each of them has their own thing. I know very specifically that the, how am I blanking on it? I took semesters of this. Is it the kanji? I think it's the kanji. Anyway, in Japanese, the symbols where each symbol means like more than just like a sound or something, that is a different writing system. And I can't remember the name for it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is more an alphabet because it's words and whatnot in the familiar, if unfamiliar, format. Anyway, the English translation. O Gaia, mother of all things, please accept the offerings of this beautiful plain, and may you rise from your eternal rest, more powerful than ever before, and reclaim the earth from the scum of man. As one such scum, I would rather they not. Anyway, skip 5048-1 instances will repeat this chant for approximately 2 hours. Upon reaching 0200 hours on 2306, the absent skip 5048-1 instance returns with a human subject. Subject is carried towards the wind structure in the center of skip 5048. The appendages of the surrounding skip 5048-1 instances will increase in length and will slowly coil around the subject, binding them to the structure. Once completed, the green luminescence surrounding skip 5048 increases in brightness. Skip 5048-1 instances will then chant another prayer for an additional 2 hours, a transcript of which is attached. O Gaia, mother of all things, please accept this worthy sacrifice, a fragment of the scum that tarnishes your beautiful plains. May you feed upon them, and may you become stronger and more powerful than they shall ever be. -1 entities. If you haven't noticed, the Earth is kind of still at this moment more powerful than us. Unless you're talking about the biosphere specifically, because as humans we could totally wipe the current biosphere and be done with it. However, if you're talking about Gaia, the planet as a whole, including the bedrock and the molten core and stuff, despite the fact that we say we have the ability to destroy the world, that is not technically true. We have the ability to wipe life off the planet as we know it. Some things may survive, the old cockroach surviving nuclear war and whatnot. But we could probably wipe off humanity and a bunch of species and stuff. Be fine with it. But the planet itself, we don't quite have that ability yet. I'm not saying we couldn't. I'm just saying we haven't done anything to do that yet. Which, fair enough. Like, that would be, I want to say incredibly stupid, but humanity doesn't have a good track record for that. Anyway, after 2 hours, the light will fade and subject will have vanished. Once the light has completely faded, a resonance can be heard, seemingly sourced from the wooden structure in the center of skip 5048. The skip 5048-1 instances will retract the aforementioned appendages, stand, and return to their previous positions, and will remain there until 2506. Skip 5048 additionally undergoes alterations in its physical state during progression of the ritual. Once the aforementioned date is reached, skip 5048 will dematerialize. Remaining skip 5048-1 instances will then proceed to exit the area. Skip 5048-1 then undergo gradual decay, indicated by an increase in unpredictable random behavior as well as a regression in cognitive abilities. Following the conclusion of a ritual, skip 5048 appears to require various physical augmentations, including changes in its appearance and durability. While the extent of skip 5048's cognition properties is unknown, it is theorized to currently be in a state of dormancy. And then crossed out which also says, see Addendum 5048-1. Whether rituals committed by Skip 5048-1 are attempted to activate Skip 5048 is currently undetermined. And then access document, or 5048-V-01052- notable Skip 5048 event logs. And this going through the where it's happened and whatnot. That's fun. Location: the Black Forest in Germany, year 2000. First recorded event of a Skip 5048 event. Bridge composed primarily of unidentified stone and birch wood. Skip 5048-1 instances composed primarily dirt, spruce wood, and lichen. Ritual was complete before Foundation forces could intervene. Highgate Cemetery, London, UK, 2002. Anomaly materializes in disruptive fashion, upending many tombstones and tombs. Ramifications to the area have been completed. Bridge composed of a mixture of granite and marble, suspected to be sourced from local tombstones. Skip 5048-1 instances noted to be composed of a combination of local flora and dirt, with the addition of human bone and rotted flesh. Ritual was completed before Foundation forces could intervene. Hoi Bakoi, which is not the right way to say it, and I'm sorry about that. I have no clue how it would be said. Well, obviously I have a clue, but it's wrong. And if it's not wrong, I'm honestly surprised. Tell me below, because that would be shocking. Forest, Romania, 2009. Anomaly manifests within a forest clearing. Bridge was noted to be seemingly overrun by tree growth, with trees coiling around the bridge. Stone extracts uncommon in its composition. Skip 5048-1 instances successfully terminated for the first time via the use of incendiary firearms. Ritual was uncompleted. And then Historic Brayshaw Homestead, Australia, 2013. Anomaly manifests 2 kilometers west of Brayshaw's homestead. A key is discovered on the underside of the bridge. Archway has a keyhole materialize on the wooden structure in its center. See Expedition Log I-14, 5048, 09-17-0. For a description of Dr. Windsor's exploration on 2013-06-23. Another date format, which I have enough problems with, so we'll just be thankful that was easy for me to read. And then Addendum 5048-1, the expected addendum we were told about many times so far. During analysis of Skip 5048 led by Dr. Jonathan Windsor. I said that. Dr. Jonathan Windsor of MTF Iota 14. A key was recovered from the underside of the archway. The key itself has not yet exhibited any anomalous capabilities. The key bears a symbol of the Greek goddess Gaia. There it is. And 3 studs protruding from its underside. The following day, a keyhole was discovered on the wooden structure in the center of Skip 5048. After inserting the key, a green glow emanated from within the keyhole. To the right of the structure, a trapdoor reportedly opened, presenting a spiral staircase. 2 hours later, operatives of MTF Iota 14 descended the stairs. And here is the audio-visual transcript of Expedition Log I-14-5048-0917-0. Clearance level 4 confirmed. Access granted. And the audio-visual transcript of Expedition Log I-14-5048-0917-0. Personal list. Dr. Jonathan Windsor, researcher for Skip 5048. Dr. Hector Durfrance, head research for Skip 5048, expedition supervisor. Agent Jefferson K. Bidwell, expedition squad leader. 3 squad members denoted by shorthand, I-14-1, as an example. Camera feed, Ancient Bidwill's POV, point of view. I'm sure you know that, but why not say it aloud? Shows expedition descends the stairs. Several Greek symbols and artwork line the walls of the stairs until the team reaches the base. Slowly proceeding forward, camera feed presents a strange chamber. The walls lined with wooden statues of various humans, some merging with others, with features of shock on their faces. In the center, a pool of luminous green substance is shown with long bioluminescence vines protruding from the ceiling and submerged within the pool. Dr. Dufranz. Unable to confirm the visual, Dr. Windsor, could you describe the room around you? Dr. Windsor. Well, the room seems to be entirely held up by these wooden statues. They all appear human, but some are merged together. In the center is a pool of an unidentified substance. The vines appear to be connected to the surface. Perhaps the wooden structure above? Though that's only assumption. Oh God, what voice did I do for Dr. Dufranz? Yes, all right, Dr. Windsor. That's not the voice I did, but I'm going to go with it. Yes, all right, Dr. Windsor. Enough theorizing. Please collect a sample of the substance for analysis. Yes, sir. Camera feed shows Dr. Windsor moving forward and removing a beaker and a pair of rubber gloves from his coat. He moves forward to collect the sample. As he kneels down, he suddenly jerks. He begins to scream. Agent Bidwell rushes forward. Bidwell, do you copy? What the hell is going on down there? Affirmative, Doc. What the fuck? It's some kind of fuck. Something's clawing at Windsor's arm. Fellas, I could use a fucking hand here. Camera feed shows a skeletal arm gripping Dr. Windsor's arm. The substance of the pool splashes onto Dr. Windsor's arm as a result of the struggle. And smoke begins to curl from his wrist. Agent Bidwell, followed by the other 3 squad members, approach Dr. Windsor and begin to attempt to free him, taking effort to avoid contact with his arm. Jesus Christ, it's trying to drag him in. It's fucking acid. Fuck me. Fuck it. Removing the arm. Smithers, pull out the tourniquet. Now. Camera shows Agent Bidwell taking out his kukri, and he begins to hack into Dr. Windsor's arm. Eventually, Agent Bidwell succeeds in removing Dr. Windsor's arm from the elbow down. The skeletal arm slumps to the ground, proceeding to drag Dr. Windsor's severed arm into the pool and submerges. Following this, the chamber begins to shake, and the resonance can be heard. I-14-1 begins to apply a tourniquet to Dr. Windsor's amputated limb. Agent Bidwell scoops up the drop vial, still containing a sample. Got the sample, Doc. Getting Windsor out of here. Affirmative, Bidwell. Get out of there now. Camera feed shows the expedition exiting the chamber, up the stairs. Once reaching the top, the team leaves the immediate area of Skip 5048. Agent looks back to Skip 5048 and focuses camera on it as it begins to dematerialize. Dufranz, you getting this? Affirmative, Bidwell. Report back to the medical tent immediately. Yes, sir. All members arrive at medical tent without incident. Expedition included, audio-visual feed disabled. Well, I stumbled over that bit of verbiage, a bit more than I was hoping to. Anyway, following the events of Expedition I-14-5048-0917-0, Dr. Windsor fully recovered from his injuries. His arm has since been replaced by a prosthetic limb. Analysis of the substance revealed it to be highly acidic and organic in nature. The following year, when Skip 5048 rematerialized, the wooden structure generated an additional arm resembling the appendage lost by Dr. Windsor on the expedition. Well, that's exciting. So, if we go back up here, let's see, we've got the Germany, UK, these were the rituals were completed. And then we have the uncompleted ritual, and then we have... Would you call this a ritual completed or just messed up? Because it seems that the way it works is that when it works, they add limbs and noses and stuff to it. By the description, includes a single leg without a foot, an arm, 3 ears, and a nose. So we have leg without a foot. So I guess someone without a foot, or they lost their foot in some way, probably resisting the -01s. An arm, 3 ears, and the nose. So the arm is from the doctor. That means that 2 more are from the events that we know didn't complete. So there are 3. Is that math right? Yeah. Yes. Or no. The doctor, leg, foot. Just saying those are the 2 that completed 4. So it's been completed at least 4 times when the Foundation didn't know about it. And, So clearly, whatever these are, they aren't necessarily... Oop. Did that show up? No, okay, cool. Whatever these entities are, they aren't Gaia themselves. They're praying to Gaia. They're doing a ritual to Gaia. Using a more ancient nomenclature, they would be part of the cult of Gaia. Not as in cult as in modern usage, but cult as in the traditional where they worship the pantheon, but focus on a specific deity within said pantheon. And so the cult of Gaia, mother of all things. We do not know if Gaia would be hostile to us. However, the Foundation isn't going to give Gaia a choice by letting them, definitely her, it's a mother and the whole shebang there. They aren't going to let her fully manifest. I will say that isn't 100% that things will go how these entities expect it to. Because just because they are sacrificing humans to it and saying these rituals, the gods don't have to do what you say and you tell them to. Maybe there is a deal, maybe it would go the way that these entities want it to, which is reclaim the earth from the scum of man. However, it is entirely possible by sacrificing man to Gaia, they are putting more of man into her, which would be an interesting twist. Like one of those, they finally complete the ritual and the guy's like, no, you've been bad boys. I'm siding with man. Which, all things considering, is not impossible. Because I wasn't even thinking about this because I hadn't read it all. But it is entirely possible if Gaia is the Earth, not specifically the biosphere, but the planet as a whole, what humans are doing to the planet's surface, the biosphere, while she probably wouldn't enjoy it, she doesn't care. Like, oh, boo-hoo, we blew up a nuke or 2, or hundreds. We did a lot of nuclear testing. That probably would not be as devastating as we might think. Because compared to the raw fury of some of the stuff that has happened in the past, and the planet survived, like, honestly, the formation of Luna definitely kind of outweighs everything else that has ever happened to the planet. Because it's literally like our current theory of how the moon formed is that some other planetoid almost sized thing came in and was like, and like combined with the planet and chipped off with some of the thing and some of the planet, forming the moon. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, compared to that. Oh, we set off a bunch of nukes. That's cute. We don't even remove anything from the planet. Not really. Maybe like some upper atmosphere gets shot off. But compared to like a whole chunk of the planet scooped out by the moon, that's nothing. And I guess technically we do have like satellites and stuff where it's like, put stuff up in orbit. Ha! Depending on where you think the planet ends, or how much it is the Earth, as in like literally the stone instead of like the atmosphere as well. But then if you're talking like the biosphere, you'd also include the atmosphere in one hand. Like, things get awfully high in the atmosphere, more than you'd think. But yeah, this is an interesting one in the fact that it hasn't actually been going on that long, despite the ancient origins. Because, like, did it say what kind of Greek it was? In Greek. So not ancient Greek, or if that's ancient Greek, I can't tell the difference. But it's just a prayer in Greek. If it's modern Greek, that makes even more sense, because, like, this is, like, not even that old compared to like the implications of it, like worshiping Gaia and whatnot. Except they're modern people that worship Gaia, so like, hey. Anyway, hey-o, if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment. That would very much help, especially after I took an involuntary couple-week break. Not intended. And besides likes and comments, subscribe. That'll let you see more of my stuff. Which, goodness gracious, will also include more of the Lovecraft novels. That took a break as well. And other stuff. I have other stuff planned besides just Lovecraft. But yeah, if you do subscribe, ring the bell. Because YouTube hates showing you stuff from people you said you like. I don't know why. Anyway, this is Akhier, and I'm signing off.